So it's no secret that we spend a lot of our free time, like on the weekends or whatever, going to Book Off or some kind of thrift store to go look like primarily at video games, but sometimes just like other stuff like books or, I don't know, figurines or whatever. But despite the fact that we go so often to thrift stores, I don't always buy video games. But when I do, it's usually because that video game has caught my eye in some way. Either it's going to be like one of my personal favorites from my childhood, or it just looks so weird that I want to check it out. So I want to take a look at a few games today that I've picked up over the last couple of weeks, months, years from Book Off that just caught my eye because they looked like so interesting that I wanted to just play it. I wanted to see what it's like. So I have 3 games here, and they all are from the Simple 2000 series published by D3. You might have heard of D3 Publisher. They still publish video games today, mostly like niche kind of anime style looking games. But back in the PS2 era, they had this line of budget video games called the Simple 2000 series. And they were just called that because all these games were 2,000 yen, like without tax. So 2,100 or something with tax. But anyways, so 2,000 yen, you kind of knew you were getting into like a budget experience. And they made like tons of these, like over 100 titles in this Simple 2000 series of just like whatever, of just stuff, of random stuff. These kind of look interesting. They look kind of wacky. I want to see what they're like. So first up is The Taxi. Now this is actually volume 48 in the Simple 2000 series. I saw this and I was a little bit curious. I thought it might look like Crazy Taxi, so I wanted to see how much like Crazy Taxi it is. Okay, 2 options here. Start and continue. So we'll just do a fresh save, I guess. So this is, I mean, they all have stories, but calling them stories is being very, very generous. Like this is like, we are in this city and we're going to be working as a taxi driver at this taxi company. Here's our manager. What a swell dude. I'm sure he's a very normal guy. All right, let's get driving. Let's go find some people to pick up. Let's go make some normal money. Okay, looks like, are you, okay, no, we gotta get, gotta get in the circle. Let's get in the circle. Get in. Are you kidding me? Are you not? Do you want to get, you are faster, right? Get in. Why are you so picky? Okay. So now we have like a little red arrow at the top of our screen to tell us exactly where to go. So that looks really familiar if you played a very popular taxi driving game from the early 2000s in an arcade. "24 seconds to get there." Yeah, we can do it. There are no rules we have to like follow in terms of traffic rules. Just get there in time. Oh god. Alright, 11 seconds. Where is this location? Oh no, am I gonna make it? There it is. Oh wow, it's a big marker. You can't miss it. Alright, get out. Alright, thank you. 870 yen. Worth it, obviously. This music though, bad. Awful. Really bad. I like don't... Oh my god. Oh, here we go. Here's our... Wait, where? What? Oh, there it is. Oh, I like saw it clip through the... Wait, what the fuck? Oh, we have to catch this vehicle. That's what it was. I like cannot believe that was a thing. Okay, but that was nice. We got a big fat bonus for that. Look at the city in the background. Look at it like shift as we move. Like that's almost disorientating if you like focus on the cities, the buildings that in the background as we like just swerve. Whoa, that's gone now. Okay, do you want a taxi ride? Are you just facing the building awkwardly? Or are you just okay? All right, I'm not gonna. How about you? Nope. Okay, I want to find like one more. Are you passenger or are you just like okay, I don't understand. Okay, why are there so okay, god. But there are so many passengers, or not passengers. There are so many NPCs in this game that look like they could be passengers, but are not. They're just awkwardly standing, like they're just staring at walls and stuff. Like, I don't know if that's intentional. I don't know if that was like, hey, let's make it like challenging to see who like for the player to figure out if they want rides, or just awkwardly standing on the sidewalk like that. Okay, you. Oh, thank God. All right, get in. So we have 2 passengers and it looks like we have 2 destinations to get to. And then we have, again, what is the worst music, among the worst music that I have ever heard in a video game. So we have a little pop-up from our manager saying like, oh, we have someone, there is a passenger waiting at that location. Looks like it was a shopping district kind of area. So if you don't know exactly where to go, you can just look at your manager's tips and be like, okay, I know I gotta go to the shopping district or wherever he says, because there's a passenger waiting there. Problem is I don't exactly know where the shopping district is. I'd have to go find it, or you have to play the game long enough to get familiar with the map. So basically, from what I can get from this video game, is it's like someone saw Crazy Taxi, like they were playing it in the arcade or like the home console version or something like that. And they were like, oh, this game is fun. We should make our own Crazy Taxi. We should make a taxi driving game that's kind of exactly like Crazy Taxi. If we took out everything that made Crazy Taxi fun, just the music, no, we don't want good music. Any kind of sense of speed, no, we don't need that. Just, it's kind of like that meme where it's like, oh, I really want, Mom, can I have McDonald's? And she's like, oh no, we have McDonald's at home. This is kind of like the we have Crazy Taxi at home version of Crazy Taxi. So it's just not very good. It plays like Crazy Taxi, but it's just really, it's like bad. It's like bad Crazy Taxi. Okay, this is the Tulsa Highway. Now you're probably seeing a pattern with these titles. They all happen to start with the, and that's just part of the Simple 2000 series. So if you ever go to like a book off or something, you want to try to find a couple of these for yourself. They all start with the. But this is the Tulsa Highway, and this is volume 68 in the Simple 2000 series. So it's a little bit of a jump from The Taxi, which was volume 48. But, we'll see if they made any improvements along the way. All right, so first off, this is the title screen for this game. This is incredibly basic. Like, this is like single graphic. It's not in motion of any kind. You just have the Simple 2000 series, volume 68 right at the top. And then the top of the game, the Tulsa Highway. I'm gonna be a little bit impressed. I'm actually surprised this game has voice acting. Like it's not a thing that I would assume the game would have. And calling it voice acting is actually being quite generous. This is just a really basic narration. Basically, we're gonna skip through this, but basically the story is like you're like a detective, like a little lawyer, and you have to go to Tokyo because your client is wrongly accused. So you have to get to their trial in time while also getting evidence on the highway. Like you're literally driving from Nagoya to Tokyo in pretty much real time, which is actually kind of crazy. And here's like a police blockade. They want to stop us because they're like, you can't hijack a car. You can't. Well, it looks like that was on purpose, actually. Now I'm in trouble. Good job. So we're driving to Nagoya to Tokyo in real time, and to me that's already like, oh, that's actually kind of crazy. But on the way there, we have to go and we have to find like evidence that will help our client's case and get to Tokyo in time for their trial to be like, hey, you kind of like wrongly arrested or accused my client. Here's the proof or whatever. So you'll see in the top right corner we have a time limit of 4 hours, which is actually kind of the time it takes to get from Nagoya to Tokyo if you were driving on the highway. So we have to pick that up, and there's 3 more of those things, and now we're also avoiding the police. But also, hey, straight up, like, look, we're running like really fast, like, I mean, faster than I would be able to run in real life. So fucked up. There's just like a police vehicle behind us, and like now they're like chasing us. Or like the shittiest way that any police officer would be able to chase you. And okay, so we can run, and then circle is to just like flail your, and I got arrested. Just point their gun at you, and that's it. That's game over. So we run for a little bit. We'll get tired, and we actually won't be able to keep this pace up. So we'll get tired eventually. But you're gonna want to try to find like a vehicle to hijack. Let's get this yellow one. Oh god. Okay, there we go. Oh shit. Okay. And you just like get in this car. He's like, well, sorry about that. Thank you. You did thank them, by the way. So, you know, that's That's the polite culture. You may be hijacking them, but you'll at least want to thank them still. And then we drive. Now we drive from Nagate, Tokyo. We like, I guess our checkpoints are in the top, left here, so actual cities that we're gonna be passing by. Oh, okay, so now it's really bad. Yeah, hitting 2 police cars on purpose was bad enough. Now I've hijacked some cars and destroyed some property. That cop car just aiming his gun. They won't shoot, by the way. They do not shoot in this game. This is not any kind of GTA thing. So you'll also notice that like the game has incredibly poor draw distance. The road is basically, it looks like it's being formed just in front of our eyes as we drive. There's really not a lot happening on screen, like it's just being drawn out as we go. And yeah, that's it. I mean, and then you do this for 4 hours. You just drive from Nagano to Tokyo. That is it. That is this video game, and you try to find the evidence along the way. So honestly, this game is fine. Like in terms of how it plays pretty okay. It's not really a bad game. It's just really not that good. Like it's really mediocre. It's fine, I would say, for a couple hours, and maybe for a weekend if you're like a 10-year-old kid back in the year 2004 and you had no other game to play. You could do worse, honestly, but you could also do like a lot better. Like I want to remind you that this game came out in 2004, but Final Fantasy X came out in 2001. So you probably should just play like a game like that. And if you have already played FF10, just, I don't know, play it again, maybe? Okay, last up is The Helicopter. This is actually the oldest of the games I have right now on my desk. This is volume 35. So this came out like closer to the launch of the PS2 than the other games. This came out in 2003. Now, just to like kind of put that into perspective, this is volume 35. And this came out in 2003. And the oldest, or the newest game, I guess, that I have right now is, or right here, is the Tulsa Highway. This is volume 68. So there's a little bit of a gap. There's a 33 game gap between these titles. The Helicopter came out in 2003, and Tulsa Highway came out in 2004. So in the span of, I'm going to assume, like within 12 calendar months, they put out over 33 games. That's a lot of games per month. Like that's an incredible pace for these games to be pumped out. Okay, and this is probably the most simplest of simplest title screens so far, which kind of makes sense because it's volume 35, so it's like the earliest of the games that we've checked out so far. I mean, it's good to see that they have been slowly improving the title screen, game, but it's even still, it's really, really, really basic. Yeah, this is all this is. Simple 2000, volume 35, The Helicopter. Press start, and then we have our start and continue options. I love that like hand icon, very JRPG looking right there. Let's do a brand new run. Let's go see what this game is about. Like this looks, this was on PS2, by the way. We're playing a PS2 game. I just want to remind you guys. But basically here it says like for this year, for our birthday present, we got a radio or an RC helicopter. We're gonna have fun all summer long. Like this music sounds like it's like stock MIDI music from some kind of weird library. Okay, so the controls for this game are really simple. It's just the left analog stick. So we have left, like turn left, turn right, and then forward on the left stick will make us go forward, and then back on the left stick will make us go back eventually. Pretty basic, right? And then on the right analog stick, right will make us go right, strafe right. Jesus Christ, what is happening? And left will make us go left. Up will make us go up, and then down will make you go down. But the problem I have is that the curve, I guess, like the acceleration curve for up and down is so drastic. Like you go up really fast, and then you go down really fast as well. And it's just
kind of really hard to control. So let's try to get to our... Fuck me. Like, surely... Oh my god. Okay, hold on. We gotta turn around. So just left. There we go. There is no way to like manually take control of the camera or whatever. You're basically just at the mercy of the in-game camera. Like, it will decide when to turn for you. And all you have control over is just the helicopter. Nope, that's a wall. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh my god. You're just kind of like pinballing. Jesus fucking Christ. You're just kind of pinballing. Jeez. God, nope. Forward. Oh, wait. Hold on. God, there's a star here. Alright, let's grab this star. Jesus. Nope. God fucking damn it. Please just let me in. Please just let me in this room right now. Okay, there we go. It was not incredibly unfun. 3, 2, 1, start. Okay. There we go. That's 1. 2, it controls so poorly. Okay. There we go. Oh, we're on a roll. This is incredible. Riveting gameplay. Fuck. God damn it. Okay, so we lost a helicopter. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. Okay. No. It's dope. There we go. Alright. There we go. Alright. No. Down. But not too down. Okay. As I struggle to align myself. There we go. Oh my god. Okay, one more. Where are you? Jesus. It's terrifying. There we... God damn it. So basically, like, the slightest of bumps, like the most gentlest of bumps, you'll still take damage, and I'll prove it. Like, let's drift slowly into this shelf here. And it doesn't matter how fast you're going, how slow. Never mind, prove me wrong, will you? How dare you? I guess it has to be with the rotors, maybe. Like, if the... Yeah. So, if you bump into something very slightly with, I guess, just the body of the helicopter, you'll be fine. But if it's the rotors, which makes sense, that's very realistic. But let's see if we can just slowly drift into this thing with our... And we bump it with the helicopter body. You're fine, look at that. But the moment you touch it with that spinning rotor, yeah, game over. Okay, nope. I'm sure there's like a speedrunner out there. Maybe. It's like, yeah, my game, the helicopter, you know, Zippo 2000, volume 35. Yeah, that's my jam. But if not, maybe someone will see this and get inspired. It won't be me though. I would rather die, I think. So the helicopter is definitely probably the worst game that I have, not just on my desk right now, but among the worst games I have, like just in general. It's not very fun. I really can't play this game for more than a couple hours. It's just not really a game that I want to play. If I were a 10-year-old kid, like back in 2003, and I spent like my allowance on the helicopter, I think I'd be pretty upset. I think I'd be pretty mad, honestly, if I bought that game. So yeah, those are just like 3 of the simple 2000 games that I have in my collection. I just find them fascinating. I just find the whole idea of this line of budget games that D3 pumped out. And I think when you were going to buy these games, like, it was no secret kind of what they were. Like, everyone knew that you weren't going to get a AAA experience. You were getting very definitely a budget game. Were all the games in the Simple 2000 series bad? Honestly, probably not. I have some other games that, we'll check out another time. But notably, from the Simple 2000 series, there was a line of games called Only Chambara. You might have heard of that because it is now its own series. Like, they just make Only Chambara games. it kind of like spun off. It kind of broke off the Simpler 2000 series to be like its own thing. And most notably, definitely most notably, is a game series called Earth Defense Force. You might have heard of it. That actually started, believe it or not, as one of these budget games. And I think when, it came out, they were like, oh, wait, this is actually kind of fun. This is actually good. This is serviceable. We can do something with this. And now it's actually its own series. But that's definitely more of like the exception. Like, keep in mind, like, they made over 100 of these games on the PS2, and that's just 2 of many. What is a little bit interesting about these games is that they're actually not pressed on DVD-ROMs. Now, you might not know this, but PS2 games, like most PS2 games, are pressed on DVDs, right? So they're at least a handful of gigabytes in ROM size. But these games, at least these 3 that I have right now, are blue bottom discs, which means they're not pressed on DVDs. They're actually pressed on CD-ROMs. And that's just because the game size was so small that they didn't need to be on DVDs. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to check out like a few of these weird games that I had in my collection, and we'll check out more in the future. Like, we continue to go to Book Off every now and then. So every time I go and I find something that's kind of weird, I'll slowly build up a little bit of a collection. We'll check some more games out later. So either way, thanks a lot for watching. I super appreciate it. And I'll see you next time.